I don't know about you, but it seems like every platform, even LinkedIn, obviously TikTok, every platform is really going towards video content. Your girl produces a lot of video content. How you can create 20 or more long form videos, whether you post them on YouTube or Instagram or elsewhere, you repurpose them in just one day, starting now. Hey, CourtneyLSanders here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to me, I'm a full-time online life and business coach, as well as wife and mom. I wear all the hats and do all the things, including create consistent video content, particularly YouTube content for you. So whether you're on my YouTube channel or you visit me over on my Instagram, your girl produces a lot of video content. And so I have several videos on this channel all about how I create content consistently, which you can check out here. However, I wanted to do a video specifically around YouTube and video content because I believe that video content is some of the most valuable content that you can create. Not just because your community and your audience really loves video. I don't know about you, but it seems like every platform, even LinkedIn, obviously TikTok, every platform is really going towards video content and short form video content because it's quick and it's easy to consume and it's great for your viewers because they can get in and get out and really understand what you are talking about versus reading something, long and written. In addition to that, I'm really big on repurposing content, which I also talk about on this channel, which you can check out here or in the description below. And so video is one of the best content forms for repurposing. So I won't get into repurposing here, but I will get into how you can create 20 or more long form videos, whether you post them on YouTube or Instagram or elsewhere, you repurpose them the way I do, but how you can create 20 long form videos in just one day, starting now. All right, when it comes to consistently creating video content, this first tip you really want to master, not just for video content, but all content, even content like paid content, maybe programs or different things that you want to create. I do this all the time, and that is consistent idea capture. It could be something as basic as a note on your phone where anytime you come up with an idea, you go ahead and store this. I store all of my ideas and I don't judge myself for them. I think a lot of people don't have a lot of ideas for content creation because they don't capture it as soon as it comes because they're like, oh, that's stupid or no one's gonna like that or whatever. So definitely don't judge your ideas. Anytime someone is asking you a question or anytime sometimes you just hear a complaint. Maybe you hear someone who would be an ideal client for you or is somewhat connected to your niche and they're complaining about something. You can create video content explaining how to solve that pain point that they are complaining about. So complaints, frequently asked questions, random ideas that you have, other ideas that you've seen, and then maybe you want to do your spin or your take on it. Get into a consistent rhythm of capturing it and make sure that you're capturing it in a consistent place. So I do actually have a notes app on my phone that we use to capture content, but then there's a shared spreadsheet that I use with my team. We also use Asana and different project management tools. So there's quite a few places where I am consistently capturing my content ideas, but you want to make sure that you have that because that will be a great reference point when you go to create your YouTube videos and you won't be thinking of content on the fly. You'll have a whole repository that you can dig into right then and there. All right, the next thing that you need to have in order to create consistent video content, I wonder if it's obvious, if you can guess what I'm getting ready to say, or maybe you don't even realize that this is something that I do and that helps me create consistent high quality videos like this, but that is having a consistent setup. So by a consistent setup, one, you need to have a consistent location where you shoot. So I either shoot at home or here in my Airbnb turned content condo. I really love using it to create content like this. But even here, I make sure that my setup is already set up. So the lights that I'm using, the microphone that I'm using, anything that I'm using, make sure that is already set up so that when you are ready to record, you can just go. In fact, I find that this tip really helps not just with my YouTube videos, but even my live stream. So sometimes I will live stream directly from my computer. Yes, you can live stream to Facebook, YouTube, obviously, and even Instagram directly from your computer, but even your Zoom calls and your Zoom meetings. So many times I will host a training on Zoom and I will do so with my actual video setup, just like this, the same setup that I use for YouTube, and it looks super high quality and really just takes it over the edge. So if you have a consistent setup, it allows you to quickly get in there. And then going back to the previous tip about having consistent ideas, if you quickly want to create a video on something, if the setup is already there, so maybe there's a room in your house or a basement or something, make sure the lights are already there, the microphone is already there, everything that you need is already set up so that all you have to do is turn the camera on and go. All right, the next thing you wanna have, if you wanna create video content consistently, is a little less obvious, but I find that every consistent YouTuber or video producer, especially if they're doing so at a high level, does this, and that is having a consistent script. So I don't know if you've noticed with my YouTube videos, but typically they all follow the same format. I'll have my intro, I'll go into my 3 to 5 points, I'll let you know about anything else that I have that is related to what I talked about, whether it's a free training or another video, and it pretty much follows the same format. And so I find that having a consistent script not only allows me to create YouTube videos a lot faster, but it allows me to break down my ideas a lot faster. Oftentimes we're not creating content because even though we might have video ideas, we're like, I don't know how I would shoot that. Like, what do I talk about first? Or how should the shot look or whatever. If you have a consistent script and a consistent outline that you follow, again, you can have any idea and you can just plug it into your script, come up with your points according to your outline, and boom, go to your existing setup. So hopefully you follow that last point I talked about having a consistent video setup, and voila, it's very, very easy to create your videos. All right, I have a lot more where that came from, but first I wanna hear from you. Are you gonna create consistent video content this year? Share in the comments below. All right, this next tip is so important, not just for YouTube content, but really any content. In fact, this is kind of a holy grail tip when it comes to consistently creating content of any kind, and that is having consistent content pillars. So when I talk about content pillars, I mean almost subcategories within your genre that you can talk about. For instance, maybe you are in the arena of personal finance or wellness, and you have specific things that you talk about. For instance, if you're in wellness, obviously you're gonna talk about eating healthy and maybe working out, or if you're in personal finance, you're probably talking about budgeting and investing. Content pillars are almost little sub-pillars below that. For instance, in the personal finance arena, yes, you talk about investing, but do you talk about investing from the standpoint of FIRE? Financial independence, retire early. That's a whole community that you can check out. Or do you talk about investing in terms of real estate, or do you talk about investing in terms of stock? So you want to get really specific about what your content pillars are. If you're in the wellness category, maybe you talk about intermittent fasting, or maybe you talk about veganism or supplements. And so if you have consistent content pillars, it's very easy to come up with video ideas because you know that you need at least one video in those content pillars. For instance, I like to shoot 20 videos at a time so that I have one video that goes out Monday through Friday, and I have 5 content pillars. So it's very easy for me to come up with 4 ideas per content pillar. And because I have my setup already done, voila, I can just turn on the camera and very, very quickly create those 20 videos. All right, this next tip is something that you need to master in every arena of your business, not just content creation and certainly not just videos, though it really does help when it comes to creating videos, and that is having a consistent routine. And by consistent routine, I don't just mean, coming to the same location and getting started with your setup, but think about over the course of a month, when does it make sense for you to batch record your videos? For me, I typically will batch record my videos at the end of the month so that I have a fresh batch that goes out for the month coming up. I also do it on certain days because it works with my schedule. I know that maybe I'm picking up my son later because he has after school activities, and so I have more time to bang out my videos on that day. So you want to look at your life, look at things that are going on, look at your schedule, and determine what time every week or every month or maybe even every quarter, depending on how often you are publishing your videos, what time makes the best sense for you, and go ahead and schedule it in on that day. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you are gonna love my free content planning cheat sheet. So if you want even more ideas about how you can come up with not just video ideas, but highly engaging video ideas that ultimately lead to landing the sale, you are gonna love this cheat sheet, and you can go ahead and download it by clicking the link below. All right, thanks so much for watching this video. If you loved it, don't forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. And if you can't wait for my next video, make sure that you are also subscribed to my podcast, The Courtney Sanders Show, on both iTunes and Spotify. And if you can't wait for my next podcast episode or my next YouTube video, make sure you are following me on Instagram. I share a lot of video content just like this, as well as more tips about growing your business and living your dream life. Go ahead and follow me at CourtneyLSanders. Leave me a comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.